Hello guys, and as always, here we are. So, this evening, I'll talk to you about the Tuareg Rally, specifically bikes and preparation for the Tuareg Rally. This one you see here next to me, these here are my two girls. This one is the one I use for preparation. To train, this is the one I used at the Africa Eco Race. That one was used by the Ames. Well, okay, obviously the bike was completely dismantled. Remember that it faced one of the toughest and most difficult races in the world. I disassembled it. It was completely disassembled to review, mostly to check any part, so you can set off for the Tuareg Rally. The forks and the shock absorber have been serviced, and they really needed it. I started out, of course, with everything new, with newly serviced forks. But when I came back, when I had them checked, reviewing more than anything, because I would have had them reviewed, oil changes, the usual. The oil inside was really worn out, let's say. Anyway, surely, it needed it. I would have done it anyway, but it really needed it. Be ready for the Tuareg Rally. I changed the transmission, obviously, and the sprocket chain ring because it required it, obviously. Oh, I don't have the new wheels on yet. These here are the ones I'll use on the second rims. The new ones are being mounted. At the Africa Eco Race, we use the same, that is, we use paper, then the classic roadbook, trip roadbook, as you've seen in other videos, on paper. Here, instead, they use the analog, the digital is used, like I have on N, like I have on the other one, just that here, already having some setups for I'll show you the setup. So, having mounted the two external trips, because there was the paper road book here, having installed the two external trip meters, of course, I decided to use them. Why? Because the view is definitely better. Placing the road book horizontally so as to have a full view. Obviously, I don't move it from here, but I move it with the control buttons. Previously, the control panels were directly connected to the paper roadbook. Now, a transmitter has been added because everything is received via Bluetooth, except for the two trips that are physically connected. So with the control panel, I move forward and backward. This controls trip 1, and this controls trip 2. I'll show you from the side. Okay, this here is the turret, the usual Type B turret from Van. I use this because it's like a Swiss Army knife, in the sense that, it really seems to be a transformer. I can attach anything to it, and also in the race, maybe, if it were to happen. And in addition, you can fundamentally transform it as you want. You see that previously, there was a paper one here. Now I have quickly put the digital roadbook on it, and I kept it quite I'm not saying horizontal, but I kept it at this angle. Why? Because I have to go underneath. Okay, Otherwise, being wider, I have to be mindful of the handguards. Obviously here, I have the buttons that give me power, headlights and power to the tower, because I can choose whether to power it or not. I don't know if you notice. And I walk around, there is a small detail that are these. These are the plates, these made from solid material, usually the cover. These are the original plates. These here, instead, are plates made from solid material that I purchased from my uncle. We'll see how they go. Time B. The original ones have excellent adjustment in 3 positions. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Certainly, it's an upgrade. It's an upgrade. I've always raced with the original ones. I saw that he made them, and I got them, and that way. As you can see, as I always said, I have the equipment for the roadbook, and I have everything on this. The steering damper. At the Africa Eco Race, I bought the one from Scott. It's not that the other was bad, as I have it installed on the other. It was one of the most important races, and I preferred to go here. I tell you, I didn't find a difference with the other, and I still use the other a lot, a lot. Always the short levers, the red levers, always from the uncle, because he has them. Here, a detail that when you mount the short lever, there is an adjustment screw, but with the lever mounted, it remains quite forward, and so you have trouble reaching it. Just unscrew and remove this little nut. Really, you unscrew a spacer, you unscrew it, and the lever becomes much, much easier to use. I prefer these because they integrate well, and I see that they work well fundamentally. Now, to the wheels. Obviously, this is if you lose the approval, so it cannot be used, but it's very convenient. Other things to show you. Here I have the antennas. I've positioned the antennas for the cap, because these work. The 2 trips work. With the satellite, okay, so I have seen that they are really on track. It means they are precise to the meter, and the cap obviously also works with the satellite, so I don't have cables going to the wheel that can break. Because there's always that problem there, that whipping action that goes down, you have the issue that it can. Obviously here always the vents. I'm going to put them now. in a rally, and I don't stay here, otherwise I wouldn't do it, then what do? I put on very fine cotton nets that are needed to filter the dust, because otherwise, little by little, it breathes it in and brings it inside. All the other modifications that you know and read about on the site that you have seen other times. I turn this way. Hey, here we have the rear plate with the pouch that is really solid, the ones I have shown you around. Let's see what we have. Look somewhere else. I'll show you like this. Then someone, if they want to take something, takes what they might need. There are really no secrets. This is the usual faucet. This is the skid plate. I turn around. This here is the skid plate that is underneath and almost not visible. While I'm at it, I'll show you what is prepared for the Tuareg Rally or for rallies in general. Let me see if the box is visible. Lower it. Okay. The shot, I place it here. Okay. Basically, when we go to the rallies, here is a piece, like an Africa Eco Race or like a Tuareg Rally. We have the case, which is a box that car case, a box where all the material is stored. And we use these because they have a standard format. I bought them for 80 euros, I think, from Decathlon as a horse luggage box, something like that. Anyway, these are the ones, they cost 8 euros, the place where they cost less. And inside the box, we put all the spare parts. And as you can see, from a chain to radiator fluids, the toe straps, which are mounted on it, just in case. The various filters, oil filters, and the boots and everything, sprockets, chains, caps, some control units. I've got quite a few control unit caps from all sides. Here, all the various linkages. Brake, clutch, gearbox, brake pedal, everything. Here I have the air filters that I carry with me. I have some here and some inside here. And inside there, I have additional spare parts from the chains. I have the oil, all the screws that might be needed. You can see them in here. It's screws needed in case some are lost. A spare steering damper. There's a spare clutch. The rear buffers. In short, quite a bit of material is used, well, in these races. This is the octane additive because the fuels there are not always octanes. It creates problems for you. Here, if you put in more, obviously not too much more, but if you put in more, nothing happens. And so it takes the gasoline. If it's already great, that's welcome. But if it's not great, it takes the gasoline. This is for the octanes to prevent detonation, to prevent heat, to prevent the heat. The engine, the spare handlebars, because, well, that's just a moment. And we also have the kickstand. Perfect. Now I'll turn you this way and raise you a little so I don't lose you. Today, I don't have the cameraman. Today, I have the tripod. Perfect. So I told you everything, showed you the setup, as always. I hope I haven't forgotten anything. But if I do forget something, we can always chat and exchange opinions and advice quickly. I have nothing else to tell you. This is the bike prepared for the rally tour. We're loading them next week after they are going and starting to leave. Guys, I wish you a good evening. Good evening, guys. See you. Bye.